Vi500 Automatic Bottling Line Monoblock by ViMeg. This is the 41S model, which has 4 gravity filling nozzles and 1 capping station set up for traditional wine corks. This particular unit has got a few optional upgrades. First, it's got ultrasonic sensors for detecting clear glass bottles versus the standard optical sensors for green or colored bottles. It also has a rinse and dry station, which has got 1 nozzle for rinsing and 1 nozzle for drying, with a water filter with a 1/2-inch barbed inlet and outlet for you to hook up your recirculation pump and tank to, as well as a triple air filter on the backside for hooking up your air compressor, and that's a 3/8-inch push to connect inlet, as well as nitrogen injection or gas injection for inert gas prior to corking. Now we'll get this thing set up and running. Alright, first thing you want to do is use the supplied power cord to hook up to the main power connection here. Plug this in back here. And then hook your air compressor up. Now, the unit is going to come with a 3/8-inch push to connect inlet for your air hose, just like on the drying station. For the sake of testing, we've hooked up a mechanical connection here, but it will come with that 3/8-inch push to connect. And then you'll want to hook your pump up. We're using a Zambelli SF25 compact screw pump here. Now the electronic float system within the filling tank, the filling reservoir, is going to send power to your pump when it needs to fill. So all you need to do is turn your pump on. Make sure you got air from your compressor. It takes 6 bars, so right around 100 psi. And power up. All right, now that we've got the machine powered up, verify anomaly, that goes off every single time you power the machine on. Disable the buzzer, and make sure that the emergency switch isn't engaged. Make sure we've got air pressure, which we've already done, and you hit the reset button for 4 seconds. All right, now we'll go back to the home screen. We'll make sure we've got the filling system on, capping system, container input, and cork hopper. Load up our bottles. We'll go back to the control unit, hit start. There you have it. here's a quick tutorial on how to adjust the machine for bottles with a different diameter. Now, as you can see, I've currently got it set up with the bottles used as samples, so they perfectly align the center of the bottles with the filling nozzles, as well as the corking head. But if you're going to use, say, bottles with a wider diameter, something like this, the first thing you would need to do is adjust these guardrails that line the bottles up. Now, each rail has got brackets on it, so you want to loosen all the brackets and move these out to accommodate a wider bottle, while still keeping the bottle opening lined up with the filling heads. The next thing you would need to do is adjust these pneumatic gates, which rely on the sensors here, in this case these ultrasonic sensors, to close when the bottles are in position. So you can use this right here to loosen this up, and these just slide along a track. Same thing right here, as well as the gates that position the bottle in place for corking. And then you would need to adjust the filling heads or the filling nozzles, which again are on a rail that slide back and forth. So you use this screw to loosen it up, to unlock it. You slide this rail out for a bottle with a wider diameter. Now, if you had bottles with a smaller diameter, you obviously would move these in. Right, now we're going to set the nozzle height of the filler as well as the height of the corker. Now, setting the filler height, this is all done on the back side of the machine. You want the top of the bottle to line up with the bottom of this bracket. So we're already pretty close there. So what you want to do is use these screws to loosen this bracket. So get that opened up. And then this wheel is used to raise and lower the filling nozzles. So clockwise lowers it down, counterclockwise raises it up. So in this case, we need to lower it down just a little bit more. And we're good. Now, similarly, setting the corker height, you want to be within 1 to 2 centimeters of the top of the bottle. So you loosen the brackets here and here. You use this wheel to raise and lower the corking head. We're pretty close right here. So that's probably pretty good. There's also a ruler right here, so you can gauge just how far you're raising it and lowering it. Close that up. We'll lock this back in place. Lock this side. Lock these. And you're good to go. All right, here we'll go over how to make changes to the bottle programs that are set in here, how to add them, how to edit them. So from the home screen, go to this list. Now they call each program or each setting or bottle type a recipe, but we can go up to edit, create new. So they're calling this one is pre-programmed as 750 milliliter. Just hit enter. Now format input delay. So the delay between when the bottles come in and reach this sensor and that back gate closes. The filling cycle time. Now, the bottles will fill to a certain level automatically. However, if you've got larger bottles or bottles that are more, you're filling with more viscous material, but it takes more time to fill, you can increase that time. You can also decrease that time from that 18 if you are using smaller format bottles. Tank level control and tank pump stop delay, that controls at what point the automatic fill is going to kick on within this filling reservoir on the filling tank, which we've got it hooked up to a pump down there. So it'll actually, when it's going to kick that pump on to refill the the overhead reservoir with product. Cork insert time. Again, how quickly it inserts the cork. Gas, 1 for off, 0 for on. This has gas injection, so we've got that turned on. Before inserting the cap, how long before you insert the cap do you insert the gas, and what the delay is there before the gas is inserted and the cap is inserted, and then the hopper pause and active delay controls how long the machine is on and running before it kicks on the agitator in that hopper, and for how long that agitator runs. So we can go to new then, and you can adjust all these parameters to create a new, let's call this 2. Enter. Close. And here we've made a second one. And you also have an Ethernet port here that you could use to hook up to an external source if you want to upload them through a PLC unit, or for instance, if there seems to be anything wrong with the control unit, you can hook that up to the internet and have ViMeg directly access the control unit to diagnose any errors or issues you might have, to make any changes if for some reason you think one of the settings is off and you just don't know how to get it right. But there you have it.